Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay. Wishing everyone a very happy Ekadashi.
Happy
And
Ekadashi.
we're gonna begin a new chapter today, chapter 21, ninth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. We read yesterday how Bharadwaj was given by the Maruts to Maharaj Bharat, right? And we heard his story of Bharadwaj background. He's the son of Brihaspati and Mamta. Okay, so we'll just read the summary of this 21st chapter. This 21st chapter describes the dynasty born from Maharaj Bharat, the son of Maharaj Dushmant, and it also describes the glories of Ranti Dev, Ajamid, and others. The son of Bharadwaj was Manu, and Manu's sons were Pratakshatra, Jai, Mahavirya, Nar, and Garga. Of these five, Nara had a son named Sankriti, who had two sons named Guru and Rantidev. As an exalted devotee, Rantidev saw every living entity in relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore he completely engaged his mind, his words, and his very self in the service of the Supreme Lord and his devotees. Rantidev was so exalted that he would sometimes give away his own food in charity, and he and his family would fast. Once, after Rantidev spent 48 days fasting, not even drinking water, excellent food made with ghee was brought to him. But when he was about to eat it, a Brahmana guest appeared. Rantidev, therefore, did not eat the food, but instead immediately offered a portion of it to the Brahmana. When the Brahmana left and Rantidev was just about to eat the remnants of the food, a Shudra appeared. Rantidev therefore divided the remnants between the Shudra and himself. Again, when he was just about to eat the remnants of the food, another guest appeared. Rantidev therefore gave the rest of the food to the new guest and was about to content himself with drinking the water to quench his thirst. But this also was precluded, for a thirsty guest came and Rantidev gave him the water. This was all ordained by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, just to glorify his devotee and show how tolerant a devotee is in rendering service to the Lord. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, being extremely pleased with Rantidev, entrusted him with very confidential service. The special power to render the most confidential service is entrusted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to a pure devotee, not to ordinary devotees. Garga, the son of Bharadwaj, had a son named Shini, and Shini's son was Gargya. Although Gargya was a Kshatriya by birth, his sons became Brahmanas. The son of Mahavirya was Duritaksha, whose sons were Trayaruni, Kavi, and Pushkararuni. Although these three sons were born of a Kshatriya king, they also achieved the position of Brahmanas. The son of Bharat, Brah, Brahatshatra constructed the city of Hastinapur and was known as Hasti. His sons were Ajamedha, Dvimedha, and Purumedha. From Ajamedh came Priyamed and other Brahmanas, and also a son named Brahadishu. The sons, grandsons, and further descendants of Brahadishu were Brahadhanu, Brahatkaya, Jayadrat, Vishad, and Sienajit. From Sienajit came four sons, Ruchi, Ruchirashva, Tridhahanu, Kashya, and Vatsa. From Ruchirashva came a son named Para, whose sons were Pithusena and Nipa. And from Nipa came 100 sons. Another son of Nipa was Brahmadatta. From Brahmadatta came Vishvakshena, from Vishvakshena Udakshena, and from Udakshena Ballata. So we're continuing to read. All these sons are coming from Bharadvaj. The son of Dvimedha was Yavinar, and from Yavinar came many sons and grandsons such as Kritiman, Satyadriti, Dridanemi, Suparshva, Sumati, Sanatiman, Kriti, Nipa, Udgrayudha, Shemya, Suvira, Ripunjay, and Bahurat. Purumedha had no sons, but Ajamid, in addition to his other sons, had a son named Nila, whose son was Shanti. The descendants of Shanti were Sushanti, Puruja, Arka, and Brahmayashva. Brahmayashva had 5 sons, one of whom, Mudgal, begot a dynasty of Brahmanas. Mudgal had twins, a son, Devodas, and a daughter, Ahalya. From Ahalya, by her husband Gautam, Shatanand was born. The son of Shatanand was Satyadriti, and his son was Sharadvan. Sharadvan's son was known as Kripa, and Sharadvan's daughter, known as Kripi, became the wife of Dronacharya. So, a lot of names also in this chapter. We're going to hear about Maharaj Ranti Dev also. Okay. Shri Shukavacha
श्रीशुकुवाच
Vitathasya Sutanmanyor
विततस्य
सुतान्मन्यो
Brahachatro Jayastataha
बृहच्छत्रोर्जयस्ततः
Mahaviryo Narogargaha
महावीर्यो
नरो गर्गः
Sankritistu Naratmajaha.
संकृतिस्तु नरात्मजः
Sukadev Goswami said, because Bharadwaj was delivered by the Maru demigods, he was known as Vitatha. The son of Vitatha was Manu, and from Manu came 5 sons, Brahadshatra, Jay, Mahavirya, Nara, and Garga. Of these 5, the one known as Nara had a son named Sankriti. So Bharadwaj, he is having another name. What is that?
वितथ वितथ
Vitat. Yeah,
वितथ वितथ
Vitatha. And then his son is
मन्यो
Manu. And then Manu has 5 sons. Right? So those are the grandchildren then. Guruscha Ranti Devascha
गुरुश्च रन्ति देवश्च
Sankrite Pandunandana
संकृतेः पाण्डुनन्दनः
Ranti Devasya Mahima
रन्ति देवस्य महिमा
Iha Mutra Chagiyate.
इहामुत्र च गीयते
O Maharaj Parikshit, descendant of Pandu, Sankriti had 2 sons named Guru and Rantidev. Rantidev is famous in both this world and in the next, for he is glorified not only in human society, but also in the society of demigods. So Sankriti and one of the 5 of these 5, one was Nara. So Sankriti is the son of Nara, who is the son of Manu, who is the son of Bharadwaj. Okay. So his great grandson, right?
yeah okay.
Yeah. Son of Matata. Or grandson. Grandson. So great grandson is Rantidev. All right. Viadvitasya dadato
Viyad vitya
Tasya
dadato
labdam babukshataha
labdham labdham vibhukshatah
nishkinchanasya dhirasya
nishkinchanasya
Nishkasya
dhirasya
sakutumbasya sidataha
sakutumbasya
Sakutasya
siddhatah
vyatiyur ashta chatvarimshad
vyat vyatiyur
Yatiyur
ashtantavarishah
Ashtachvarishah
ahani api bata kila
ahani
Ahani Api
apivata kila
Patakila
grita payasa samyavam
dhrita
Grita
payasa
Payasa
samyavam
Samyam
toyam pratar upasthitam
toyam prata upasthitam
Upasthita
krichra prapta kutumbasya
krichra
Krishna
prata
Prapta
kutumbasya
Kutumbasya
Shutradvyam jatave pathoho
shrutyam
Shutratyam
jatave
Jatavi Patoho
atithir brahmana kale
atithi
Atithi
brahmane
Brahmana Kale
bhoktu kamasya cha agamat.
bhuktu
Bhoktu
kamasya
Kamasya
chagamat
Chagamat
Rantidev never endeavored to earn anything. He would enjoy whatever he got by the arrangement of providence. But when guests came, he would give them everything. Thus he underwent considerable suffering along with members of his family. Indeed, he and his family members shivered for want of food and water. Yet Rantidev always remained sober. Once, after fasting for 48 days in the morning, Rantidev received some water and some foodstuffs made with milk and ghee. But when he and his family were about to eat, a Brahmana guest arrived. So, Rantidev, he's a king, right? He's a king because he's coming in this line.
yeah he's a king
He's a king,
Bharatwaj, right? Great grandson.
great grandson. That's right. So, but whatever food he's getting, he's always giving it away to his guests, kind of. But he's a king, so can't he get it more?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, but also this pastime is shown to show, like, Krishna arranges it to show
Mm,
his glories, actually, the demigods. We are going to see
to a
how,
pure
to show
devotee.
real, yeah, to
Yeah.
and
show
is it
how he's so
also
pure
is it
devotee.
also that sometimes because he's a king and still they take a vow that I'll not eat more than whatever I'm offered sometimes.
Maybe, yeah, don't
Because
know,
it
yeah.
doesn't matter that he's a king, but sometimes they say that okay, I'll not eat whatever because he has access to so much of opulence and food.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering. Yeah,
Okay, let's read.
yeah. Okay, tasmai sam vyabhajat annam sonam
Tasmai
Tasmai
samvyabhavajat soannam
Sunam
adritya shraddhayanvitaha
adrit
Adritya
shraddhayanvitah
Shraddhayanvita
harim sarvatra sampashyan
harim
Hari
sarvatra
Sarvatra
sampashyan
Sampashyan
sa bhuktva prayayo dvijaha.
sah bhuktva
Sabhutva
prayayodvitah.
Prayayodvijaha.
Because Rantidev perceived the presence of the Supreme Godhead everywhere and in every living entity, he received the guest with faith and respect and gave him a share of the food. The Brahmana guest ate his share and then went away. So he was fasting for 48 days, and then now he's gotten some food and water. He's about to take it, and a Brahman has come. So he's sharing some part of his food with the Brahman. Rantidev perceived the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in every living being, but he never thought that because the Supreme Lord is present in every living being must be God. Nor did he distinguish between one living being and another. So he's seeing the super soul in everywhere. Right? He's seeing super soul, but he's not thinking that, oh, all living entities are God. So he knows. So no, he perceived the presence of the Lord both in the Brahman and in the Chandal. So he's not also making any distinction between Brahman and Chandal. He's saying both. The Paramatma is there in both of their hearts. This is the true vision of equality as confirmed by the Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita 5.18. Vidya Vinaya Sampane Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuniche Vashvapakache Cha Pandita Samadarshinaha. The humble sage, by virtue of true knowledge, sees with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog-eater outcast. So Krishna is telling to Arjuna that one who is actually learned, how does he see? He sees everyone equally. He's seeing the soul, and he's understanding super soul is there in everyone's heart. A Pandit or learned person perceives the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in every living being. Therefore, although it has now become fashionable to give preference to the so-called Daridra Narayan or Poor Narayan, Rantidev had no reason to give preference to any one person. The idea that because Narayan is present in the heart of one who is Daridra or poor, though poor man should be called Daridra Narayan is a wrong conception. By such logic, because the Lord is present within the hearts of the dogs and hogs, the dogs and hogs would also be Narayan. One should not mistakenly think that Rantidev subscribed to this view. So here Prabhupada is, again, he's clarifying. We can see in Bhagavatam, in many places, he's clarified this point of Daridra Narayan, where mistakenly one thinks that the poor man is Narayan. But that's not so. The Paramatma is in the heart of the poor man. Paramatma is also in the heart of the rich man. Paramatma is also in the heart of the dog and the hogs. So, but it doesn't mean that the Narayan has become poor or he's become a dog or a hog. And by this pastime, it's even more clear that how Rantidev is seeing everyone equally. So rather, he saw everyone as part of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hari Sambandhi Sambandhini Vastu. Hari Sambandhi Vastunaha. It is not that everyone is the Supreme Godhead. Such a theory, which is propounded by the Mayavad philosophy, is always misleading, and Rantidev would never have accepted it. So Rantidev is clearly situated. He has clearly the correct knowledge. He's seeing the Supreme Lord in heart of everyone. He's seeing everyone as part and parcel of the Lord. So he's behaving equally with them all. Any comments, questions?
He reminds me of Namdev, same as Namdev, like he was also like that. He saw God in everybody, means, yeah, the Lord in every living entity. So there was a story also of Namdev, like how he was making food, he was making rotis, and one dog came and took one of the rotis, and somebody told him that the dog has taken, your roti and ran. So he ran after the dog, and he's saying, Prabhu, like, Lord, that wait, I haven't put the ghee or oil, on the thing, let me put that and give. So he went
Oh,
running after the
wow.
dog. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So he saw in every living entity the Lord.
Yeah,
I
that's like true
remember.
equality.
Yeah.
I remember,
Huh?
Hare Krishna, sorry. I remember that this, you were mentioning about Namdev, but I've heard that one of the acharyas also did this.
Yeah, because this I just heard yesterday also.
Yeah, maybe because there is
This,
Namdev ji also did it, and I have
yeah,
heard that one of the acharyas did
another.
it. I am forgetting the name of the acharya because this is
Okay.
a very, very popular, and one of the acharya also did this.
Mm.
That
Mm.
he ran behind the dog, like how the
Dog.
dog took the roti and he ran behind, and everybody said, "What happened to you? Like you
Yeah,
never
why
did
you
this. The dog has just taken the roti, so why are you so much
roti?
anxious about it? Like, why? What happened?"
Yeah.
And
He
then he
said,
said, "No,
I,
no, I forgot to put the ghee. Like, he'll feel it dry." So,
yeah. So it's too dry. Yeah. So he
yeah.
needs the ghee.
Yeah, we can see that's like really true equality. Yeah? There was a saint, and he used to say, "Oh, my brother tree." My brother. He would look at every all living entities, trees, insects, animals, everyone as brothers and sisters. So he was like, "Oh, my brother tree." I think Saint Paul was a saint. Saint Paul, I think. Prabhupada would say, "Yeah, see, this is how a devotee sees everyone as part of God. Makes no distinction with the trees also and the insects and the animals." And Athanyo bhokshamanasya
Athanyo Bhokshamanasya
vibhaktasya mahipate
Vibhaktasya Mahipate
vibhaktam vyabhajat tasmai
Vibhaktam
Vibhaktam
Vyajachatmai
Vyajapasya
vrishalaya harim smaran.
Vrishalaya
Vichalaya
Hari
Harim
Smaran.
Smaran.
Thereafter, having divided the remaining food with his relatives, Rantidev was just about to eat his own share when a Shudra guest arrived. Seeing the Shudra in relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, King Rantidev gave him also a share of the food. So first Brahmana came, he gave him a portion. Now Shudras come, he's giving him a portion. It's not distinction, no distinction. Because King Rantidev saw everyone as part of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he never distinguished between the Brahmana and the Shudra, the poor and the rich. Such equal vision is called Samadarshina, Pandita Samadarshina. One who has actually realized that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated in everyone's heart and that every living being is a part of the Lord, does not make any distinction between the Brahmana and the Shudra, the poor, the Ridra, and the rich, Dhani. Such a person sees all living beings equally and treats them equally without discrimination. So Krishna is saying that the gentle, the one who's learned, he sees everyone equally. And here we are going to see in this pastime how Rantidev is seeing actually everyone equally. He's seeing the Paramatma in everyone's heart. Okay, we'll stop here. Did you all want to add anything?
So he's a pure devotee, right?
Yes, he's a pure devotee. Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Okay, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna.